Hi, today we're going to have a brief discussion on what basically an FBAR is. FBARs have been around since the 1970s, and it is really independent of your tax return. It's very possible that you could be required to file a tax return and not an FBAR, and in some situations you could be required to file an FBAR and not a tax return. They really didn't start regulating it or enforcing it until about 2009 and 10, and then it has been escalating ever since that time. And if you get caught, or let's just say that the IRS and the U.S. government contact you for not filing an FBAR, it is possible that you could have some civil penalties, or they could possibly even go after you criminally. It's really the purpose of the FBAR is really to let the U.S. government wants to know if you have any foreign financial assets. And basically, it's really for people that are U.S. persons, or they have a financial interest in a financial bank, bank or a financial institution. You could have a signature authority, and the signature authority means that you don't have any interest in that foreign bank account, but you're able to go and sign checks, take money out. You're able to go into the bank and authorize movement of funds. Basically the way it works is you hear $10,000, but it's not 10,000 if your bank account is more than $10,000, the aggregate of your bank accounts. So for instance, if you have 3 bank accounts and it's each bank account is $5,000 each, so independently each bank account is below $10,000, but if you add them all together equals $15,000, and now you're required to file an FBAR, and you report all 3 bank accounts. Now, what is a U.S. person? A U.S. person is a U.S. citizen or a green card holder or a U.S. resident. Basically, someone here on an H visa, someone here that's living here, or also sometimes a U.S. entity is considered a U.S. person too, if that U.S. entity has foreign financial accounts overseas. Now, you could live anywhere in the world, so you could be a U.S. citizen living overseas. You're required to file an FBAR, or you could be a green card holder living here in the United States, have foreign financial assets. You could be required to file a FBAR. Now, also to keep in mind, what is a financial interest? If your name's on the account, or your title's on the account, or if your record of account owner, or if you have 50% more or ownership of a account. And what that means in particular is if you have, let's say, a business account, and the business account, and you're a 10% owner of that business account, and you don't have signature authority, and you can't sign any checks, and once again you only have a 10% ownership in the business, then you wouldn't be required to report those accounts on your FBAR. But if you have a business overseas and you are a 50% owner of that business, even though those foreign financial accounts are in the business name, if you have that major or 50% ownership in that business, then they're considered you have a financial interest, and you have to record that on the FBAR as well. Once again, signature authority. It's basically anybody that has the ability to go in and sign a check, to go ahead and withdraw money. So for instance, if you're a controller and the company you work for has a foreign bank account overseas, and you're able to write checks and make payments out of that foreign bank account, then you have signature authority, and you would be required to file a bank account. Or for instance, you have an elderly parent, and it's in the parent's name, but they went ahead because they're getting older, and they just want to have your name on there, and you have signature authority in case they're unable to write checks or need some assistance. That would be considered signature authority as well. Basically, a foreign financial account is an account that is outside the United States. Um, and basically, if there's no branch of that bank, that foreign financial account, or that foreign institution in the United States, then that's considered a foreign financial account. But if there happens to be one branch, let's say in New York, that you can go in there and withdraw funds from that bank account that's overseas, then that's not considered a foreign financial account. Um, and then some things that consider, which are FBARs, are CDs, bank accounts, life insurance policies that have a cash value. Um, but it doesn't include on FBARs. You don't put real estate on there. If you have cash in a savings deposit box overseas, it doesn't count. If you have gold bars, it doesn't count. Just to give you a brief summary on that. Once again, the aggregate balances we just went over. Basically, add them all. It counts up together. They exceed $10,000. You have to list them all individually. It's just a brief overview, give you a little bit taste of what an FBAR is. Once again, my name is Steve Plotnick. We're a boutique office with a few employees. We specialize and we keep busy all year round helping individuals get into tax compliance that have overseas assets and income. And if you have any questions or any concerns or want some more detail and if you are required to file an FBAR or a little bit more information on what an FBAR is, feel free to give us a call. We do not charge for any initial consultations, and we are here to guide you and help you out and uh, help you make the right decision on what to do going forward. Thank you.